right, let's clap it up. All right, Shalom, Israel. We're the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, still out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. We're under commanding General Yohanan. Since 1969, the ISUPK has been delivering the truth of the Bible. You understand? What's the truth of that Bible? Of the Bible is that so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are the true biblical Jews of the Bible, the Israelites of antiquity. You understand? The people that crossed the Red Sea with Moses, when the Most High was freed them from Egypt. You understand? Under the foot and the thumb of that wicked Pharaoh in Egypt, man. You understand? And also, that the Bible speaks of is the oppressor, man, the colonizer, the slave master, Joe Biden.
Right.
You understand? Donald Trump, Vladimir Putin.
Mm-hmm.
What's the oppressor name in Israel? Netanyahu is the devil that the Bible speaks of, man. You understand? And in 2023, man, it's a spectacular time to sit back and enjoy the calamity of our enemies, man, by the hands of the Most High. You know, we enjoy it here in the ISUPK because we indulge in the scriptures and we indulge in the prophecies and we believe them, man, because we have faith and patience, like the scriptures tell us to have. So, you know, watching these heathen nations go against each other and go at each other's throat, you know, it's kind of like entertaining, man.
Right.
You understand? But today's class is Brotherhood class. And my topic today is compassion, man. You know what I'm saying? Compassion is necessary for brotherhood. You know what I'm talking about? We got to have compassion, especially in this day and time, man, because like they're pretty much force feeding us to have compassion, you know, but for who and for what? You understand? And if you're on live watching, I would ask if you would help us out with the algorithm, like and share the stream. You understand? Help us out, get this out to all the brothers and sisters that are in the world that would like to get the information, right?
Right.
Yeah, right. And we are at 3430 Eastern Avenue here in Baltimore, man. We got a school here. Got classes Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and we got camp on Saturday. Any other time we online, okay, at 7:00. So feel free to come through. Hey, sir, if you could, when you get a chance, hit the banner and put the school information up if you could, Bob. Sure. All right. So, like I said, our title is "Compassion is Necessary for Brotherhood." All right, Taz. All right. So tonight we will discuss the need for compassion to build our nation, man. You know what I'm saying? The Most High's army, the nation of Israel. We gotta have compassion to do this because we in bad shape here in America, man. You understand? Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we are separated. We hate one another. You understand? We don't know who we are. We damn sure don't know that we are family. You understand? And we consider ourselves enemies, ignoring who our real enemies are, man. You know, and that's a real detriment to our survival here on this planet. If it wasn't for the Most High, Christ, giving his life and showing mercy on us, man, we'd be wiped out of here, man. We wouldn't be around this long, man. You understand? But the Lord loves us. He chose us. So we got to get back to the basics, man. You understand? Figure out how we can get this brotherhood back together. That's a big thing now, man. You know, I talk about it every time I teach class. You know, the government pulled a plug or somebody, one of the nations pulled the some EMP grenades and hit the switch. You understand? You know EMP, right?
Mm-hmm.
Somebody drop an EMP grenade or bomb. You ain't got no lights. Who you gonna call?
Knock out electricity, all electricity.
You understand? Who you gonna call? But you hate your brother. You can't call your brother that you hate. You know what I mean? You might get robbed. He might take what you have for himself and not give you anything. He might unalive you, man, to get your socks off your feet in that day, man. You understand? So the objective for the day is to get an understanding of the meaning of compassion, why it's needed to gather our nation back together, and who deserves and do not deserve our compassion, man. You understand? Sidebar, you know, and of course, we'll be referencing the Bible, using current events as well as real life scenarios. All right. So I got a question for the class, or everybody in the room and online. If you want to answer, what is compassion? Anybody? Give it a shot, little sis. You had your hand raised. What you think compassion mean? You don't know? Don't be shy. If you don't know, you don't know. It's okay. Being kind to people. You right. You right. You right. Anybody else? Anyway, go ahead. Damn right. That's right. That's right. Let's get a little sister a hand, man. For having some courage. You know what I'm saying? Put her on the spot. She has some courage. That's UPK all the way. You know what I'm saying? Don't be shy, sis. All right. So the definition, and everybody was right. All right. But the definition that I had for compassion is sympathetic pity or concern for the suffering or misfortune of others. All right. That's one. And the one that hit the most is to suffer together. Black man, Hispanic man, Native man, we've been suffering together in this place, man. You know what I'm saying? Even though we've been divided with our subcultures from what oppressor had us in captivity, you understand? As far as like the language barrier, the customs and cultures, you understand? We have been suffering together. Black man, Hispanic man, Native man. You look, black man, check it out. You are no different than the brothers and sisters at the border, man, crawling with babies under barbed wire, man, to get an ounce of safety or a feeling of freedom from being unalived by cartel members ravaging your city, man. You understand? You're not no different. Native American, man, you're not no different than your brothers in what's some projects here in Baltimore they ain't tear down yet. Murphy Homes still around?
No, you're talking
they
Latrobe.
Yeah, Latrobe. You know what I'm saying? Somerset. All the projects here in Baltimore, Maryland is no different than the reservations in North Dakota, man. You understand? It's all a form of oppression. It's a project given to us, forced on us by our oppressor, man, the slave master. You know? So you mean to tell me you're not gonna have compassion on somebody that suffers with you the same way? It gotta be some type of mind game that the oppressor is playing on us. We gotta have focus and look at things with hindsight. Like, why is these things happening? Why are we being oppressed? What's the difference? Why do I hate this brother? Why I hate that brother? Or why do I hate this sister? You know what I mean? We got to get to the root of the problem and the cause, you understand, of our lack of empathy for one another. And guess what, black man, Hispanic man, Native man, sisters over here, thanks for coming to class. It's not our fault. It's not our fault that we are in poverty, that we have been killed on traffic stops, last hired, first fired, all kinds of diseases, obesity, sickle cell, cancer, high blood pressure, diabetes. It's not our fault, man. We've been forced in this condition. 400, almost 500 years of captivity under a race of people that hate us, man, and beat our backs if we complain about it. You understand? It's not your fault. That's what we got to sink in our chest. You understand? All right. All right, so we got to get down to understand what this compassion mean, man. We're going to get into it. All right, so today's society, they want us, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Anytime you hear me say us or black man, I'm talking about the 12 tribes of Israel, blacks, Hispanics, and natives. All right, so just work with me on that. So today's society wants blacks, Hispanics, and natives to pick sides with this conflict, man, between Israel and Palestine. They want us to pick sides, True Bakar. They want us to pick sides. Like, what side you want? I see you got a shield of David or a star of David on your neck. What you the Israelis? Lie. No, I'm not with none of you heathens, man. You understand?
Right.
The shield of David or the star of David that you call it, the shield is ours. It's not yours. That land you over there getting unalived in, it's not yours. You understand? It's ours, man. You understand? We've been scattered all over this planet, so we don't know who we are. But believe this right here ain't yours, man. You understand? Whoever's watching, it's not theirs. If you're not a black, Hispanic, Native American, it's not yours, man. You understand? So don't be shocked when you see a so-called black man with fringes and boots wearing the shield of David, man. You understand? Salaki, sir. All right. And with this conflict going on, they require us to choose. You understand? They kind of like force us, and they force us to give them our compassion. What about us, man? You understand? Don't we live here in America? Haven't we been here as slaves forever?
Right.
You understand? Being unalive, disenfranchised, charges put up on you. You ain't do nothing. You getting locked up and being put in jail for 30 years. They send you home. You might get $100,000. You might not get nothing. And you just happy to get out, man. You understand? These are the type of things that we go through. But you want us to have compassion on you guys, man. Y'all ain't been oppressed for 400 years, going on 5. You understand? You only been oppressed, what, like 60 years? 60 years, about 60, like 1940s. You understand? I mean, of course I would want to trade shoes with you, but you don't want to trade shoes with us.
Right.
You know? It's an unfortunate thing that's what's going on over there in the Middle East. But we don't have no control over that. Black man, Hispanic man, Native man, you shouldn't worry anything. You shouldn't wrinkle your forehead up to think about what can I do to help these people, man? What about the brother that's sitting in front of Royal Farms on the ground holding the door and asking for $1 that you step over? What about him, man? Have some compassion for him. Start there if you want to have some compassion. Ration your compassion to your own people, man. You understand? All right. Got another question. Class, what does our aligning ourselves with a side, what happens? All right, so if we give our compassion to another side, what happens to our nation? You understand? Since you want to answer that, go ahead. That's right. Give her a hand. That's right, man. You giving your love and compassion and your tears to a nation that hates you, man. You are neglecting the downside, not the slight. You're neglecting your brothers and sisters' poverty, man, and their misfortune. You understand? It's true, because you know why we do it? Because we've been taught and trained to hate our own people. And even if you weren't taught it right in front of your face like you get taught in the Christian church. Because in the Christian church, they teach you if you poor, if you homeless, if you on drugs, God ain't with you. You ain't doing something right. But you in church wearing a purple shirt with a tie and some navigator gators. I said it wrong. Wearing some slick purple shoes. That's a lot. You doing good. You got a Cadillac to drive and all the gold rings and all that. You doing good. But that's not the case, man. You know what I'm saying? Your brothers and sisters are living a horrible life. What kind of life do you think you're going to live? You think you're going to continue to prosper in this place? You're going to have to sell your soul like so many of our brothers and sisters have done. Entertainment industry, politicians, Christian leaders. You understand? But here in the ISUPK, man, we go by the rules of the Bible, man. Law, statutes, commandments. That's what keeps us whole. It keeps us strong. You understand? We're not rich.
Right.
You understand? We don't have Bentleys and Maybachs outside and private jets. But I tell you what we do have that those rich evangelicals don't have is integrity and brotherhood, man.
Right.
And compassion and love for one another. And we follow the law, statutes, commandments. That's what keeps us safe and keeps us strong, brothers and sisters. You understand? It's not a magic trick. This ain't some biker club or some social gathering. You understand? This ain't your Tuesday night prayer service class.
Right.
This class is here to teach you how to have compassion for your brothers and sisters, man. Start with the ground root of finding out what the issue is and why we don't have it. Like I said earlier, it's not your fault. We've been trained to think this way. All right. And like you said, sister, when we don't show compassion to our brothers and sisters, it causes us to lack compassion for our nation. You know what I mean? The Lord's chosen people, the 12 tribes of Israel. Okay. It also causes the Lord to turn his back on us. You understand? You out there crying and boo-hooing in front of TV, watching CNN, seeing these Palestinians being unalive, man. You low-key a traitor to your own nation, man.
Right.
You understand? And you putting yourself behind the 8 ball of judgment. That's just plain, man. You understand? Don't be like Amari Stoudemire with the small hats, talking about F you if you don't stand with Israel, if you're a black man, Hispanic man, or Native man. Right. Like the nerve of you, man. You are a millionaire basketball player. You played basketball, you get a millionaire, you understand? And you're going to tell so-called blacks and Hispanics that are in the barrios, the ghettos, you understand, in poverty. Got something, sir?
Yeah, come on. It's It's amazing that you brought that up too, right? He's a millionaire. He never had a hard day in his life. Remember, he came straight from high school into the NBA.
Right, that's right.
So he never had a hard day in his life. His family have always been good. You know what I mean?
Come on.
So what does he know about, our oppression?
Right.
You know, he can't speak for us.
Not
That's
at
the
all.
reason why we get out there on the streets. You know what I mean?
Come on.
To let our people know that we have a heart for our people, not unlike people like Amari Stoudemire.
Right.
Yeah.
And shout out to Cross the Line Radio with Captain Cesariak, man, for getting his brother, Mari Stoudemire's brother, on the show, man. You know what I'm saying? And allowing him to, speak his side,
Right,
and tell the truth. You know what I'm saying? Big ups to the cat for that, Captain Cesariak for that, man. You know what I'm saying? So, and like I said, it when we choose to pick sides, if you're going to pick sides with these Palestinians or these Israelis, small hat Jewish man, you know what I'm saying? You're doing yourself a disservice, man. You know what I'm saying? The Lord ain't pleased with you, because you can love somebody that hates you, that had you in poverty, had something to do with you being here in the Americas. You understand? And you want to side with them. The Lord is a man of war, man. Leave it at that. All right. If I could, let me get Deuteronomy chapter 7 and 6. Because we gotta learn that the Lord requires us to have compassion for us, not everybody. That don't mean we gotta hate everybody or we gotta mistreat other people. But we gotta put our people first. We gotta learn to be selfish in that regard of who we love, and who we care for, and who we give charity to. I'm not saying we gotta be tyrants and run over them like they do us. You understand? Because when we in rulership, you got it out. Because when we in rulership, we're not gonna be, terrible like them, but we're gonna be fair. We gotta even out the balance. You understand? For what happened in the past, going into the future, we definitely gonna do that. That's in the Bible. But we're not gonna be monsters like them, man.
right.
You understand? You got it out? Anybody? You got it? Go ahead, read it for me.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, and verse 6.
Go ahead.
For thou art a holy people.
Thou art a what?
A holy people.
Holy people. Holy mean what? What holy mean, bro? Because
Separate.
we are a separate people. Keep going.
Unto the Lord thy God.
No, to everybody.
Unto the Lord thy God.
To the Palestinians.
Unto the Lord thy God.
Keep going.
The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself.
Like all other people?
Above all people.
Above all people, man. The Lord chose us to be a separate, special people, man. You understand? Separate. I'm not supposed to be loving these people, man. I'm not supposed to be boo-hooing and crying for their calamity. You have nothing to do with that. That's the Lord's work, man. Let him do his job, man. He said he was going to do it. Let him do it. Don't you want to be back in the land of bliss and milk and honey? Look, I can't swim. Look, that's a ocean coast, sea coast. I can only imagine how it'd be if we lived over there. Brothers be swimming, fishing, kayaking, all that, man. You understand? All kinds of exotic fruits and vegetables and foods and land and everything. Resources galore. Having other nations come to us for it. Imagine that, man. Let the Lord do his job, man. Don't interfere. Don't give your money when the Eve Angelicals come on at 12 o'clock at night and you wake up because you ain't cut your TV off. They talking about all the Palestinians, all the Israel. Donate $10. Don't donate a damn thing, man. You want to donate, you want to pay tithes, go to isupk.org.
Right.
You understand? Hit the donation button. You can go through PayPal or debit card. You understand? That's how you give out. That's how you pay donations if you want to get down and you give charity with monetary funds. Do it that way. You understand? You probably get a better blessing. You will get a better blessing because you'll find out who your brothers and sisters are, and you find out what the truth is. Bring it off from the top for me. We're gonna get off of that, if you could.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, and verse 6.
Uh-huh.
For thou art a holy people.
Thou art a separate people, man. You're not supposed to be attaching yourself to the Palestinians, choosing sides. You're not supposed to be choosing sides with the Israelis. Who gives a damn? Keep going.
unto the Lord thy God.
Unto the most high power, the creator of all things. Keep going.
The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people.
The
unto
Lord
himself.
chose us to be a special people unto himself. He chose us to follow the law, statutes, commandments, and govern this planet, man. You can't govern the planet if you dressing your daughter up and your son up in trick-or-treating clothes. When is Halloween? I done seen people trick-or-treating today. It's today? All right, see, hey, most time crazy. I'm out the world. I don't know. But I seen little babies, man, little girls, little thought uniforms on, man, knocking on strangers' doors for candy.
Right.
You understand? In bad neighborhoods. Ain't like you in, Silver. Everywhere's a bad neighborhood if you're a black man, Hispanic man, Native man. But you know what I'm talking about, a high crime rate area. You know what I mean? No father. You understand? Women, a whole bunch of little girls. That's dangerous, man. You putting your child in danger.
Right.
You know how many Halloween parties got shot up this weekend? I know for a fact it's a comedian I watch, sidebar, comedian I watch, or a skit guy on YouTube called Skinbone in Chicago. He had a party, promoted the party, Halloween party, people dressed up like Scooby-Doo and Batman and Robin and all that. Some cats, support the way he told the story, some promoters or people that ran a venue, wanted him to have the party there. He ain't want to do it, some type of disagreement. He blamed them for sending some kick door brothers in there to come shoot up the party, man. Yeah, in Chicago. It was like 15 people. 15 people got shot up in this party, man.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Halloween party. They had, look, that was in Chicago. They had one in Orlando. It was either Orlando or Tampa. I know it was in Florida. It might have been Tampa. Florida. Another Halloween party got shot up. You understand? So you mean to tell me all this is going on, all this calamity, all this hell that the Lord is letting devour this place for our sake? You mean to tell me you're going to ignore that, man, and let your child dress up like Velma off of Scooby-Doo and go knock on some damn doors? You are a fool, man. You need to wisen up. This is not the time to be playing. Keep going up.
The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself,
Mm-hmm.
above all people that are on the face of the earth.
And that's why we need to rule, because the Lord chose us to be above all people. You understand? If we above all people, we can show compassion and love. You understand? We wouldn't allow the Israelis to oppress the Palestinians, man. You understand? We would separate them. Like, look, this is your section, and this is your section. Make sure you pay your tribute to us every week or every month. Whenever you get it, give it. You understand? That's what we would do. We wouldn't oppress them, man. You understand? Just pay your taxes, pay your fare. We gave you peace and prosperity. Separate. You got your own land. Make sure you keep it clean and follow all laws, all rules, and you'll be able to survive and strive in this place, on this earth, on this planet. All right? All right, let's drop that. Let me get Leviticus 20 and 26, Bob, for sure. And another thing, man, with this compassion, they want us to feel bad. The media is pumping out these pictures, man. Look, the pictures are horrible, man. I seen a little boy crying. I don't know if it was his brother, his father, his uncle, or his friend. He was pulling on him. He had all kinds of holes in him, man. He was unalive, all kinds of holes in him. Big old holes, too. Holes big. Good night. Big, sir, like this. Big holes. It don't look like they were bullet holes, like they were shrapnel holes. So like pieces of debris from buildings. Big, sharp pieces of brick just shot through the young man's abdomen, man, unalived him. They was digging bodies up out of debris from buildings, from drone strikes and missile launch strikes and all that, man, in Palestine. And in Gaza. You know what I mean? Terrible, man. Terrible thing to watch. But guess what? You got something, sir?
Yeah. That was powerful what you're saying, right? The reason why they do a lot of that is for that compassion. Just what you're talking about right now. Mm-hmm. That's the title of your class. You know what I mean? And a lot of this is propaganda for compassion, so that our people go out and we support the very people that hate us. You understand?
Right.
When our people fall and we die or we get massacred, none of these people stand for us, right?
Right.
So why should we stand for them? Why should we give compassion to them?
Right.
The whole point of this class that you're teaching tonight is for us to show compassion to our own. That's what we should do.
And that's And I know it's hard, brothers and sisters, to show this type of compassion. You know what I mean, or look at each other as brothers and sisters, because we've been taught that we're supposed to be individuals. We were sort of like, oh, you better than this person, you better than that person. But listen, we got to understand that we are a nation of people. There's no individuals. These people that are getting bombed to smithereens in their country right now, they're not worrying about whatever beef they had over the course of how many years. They don't care about that. You understand? They can give a damn. They looking out for each other. You know why? Because they understand that brotherhood is what's going to keep them alive. What's going to keep them safe. Going to allow them to rebuild. You get what I'm saying? But black man, Hispanic man, Native man, we don't think like that. Because and like I said earlier, it's not your fault. We just been taught wrong. You understand? We've been taught by people that don't care about us. All they care about is their pockets. You understand? They are getting along. They're getting along to go along in this place. You understand? Rubbing elbows with the oppressor. That's all they cared about. They can give a damn about the little brother, the little sister that's growing up with roaches in their cereal box. They give a damn about them. Hey, you ain't blessed. Something ain't right. Your parents ain't do something right. What about just having compassion on them? If you got the means to take care or help your brother and sister, just do it, man. You understand? Is it going to really hurt you to show some love? Even if it's not even cash or monetary funds or anything of that type of value. If it's just a kind word, you know what I mean? A kind word, a kind gesture, anything, man, that'll help uplift a brother. You know what I'm saying? But you're not going to learn that if you're in the world. You got to be up in here, man. In the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, man. You got that up? Go ahead, bring it out for me.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 20, verse 26. And ye shall be holy unto me.
Hey, we supposed to be separate unto the Lord, man. We're supposed to just only be dealing with the Lord. We're not supposed to be dealing with all these other philosophies, Halloween, that garbage. You understand? All these holidays is coming up, all these different religions, all these customs and cultures from these other nations. We're not supposed to be involved in any of that, man. We're supposed to be dealing with the Lord only. Laws, statutes, commandments. Keep going.
For I, the Lord, am holy.
Because he's holy. You see how many gods, fake gods they got on this place, man, especially in America. We got all kinds of gods, all kinds of worshiping, whatever you want to call it, worshiping statues and puppies, Pokemons. People worship whatever they want, man. You understand? It's like they do all that, man. You understand? To what avail? The Lord said he's separate, man. You understand? Nobody is near him. Keep going.
And have severed you from other people.
And he severed us. So think about it. I cut this hand off right now. I severed this hand off. It ain't a part of my body no more. That's what the Lord did when he divided us from these other nations, man. He cut us off. That's why we don't get along with them. Think about it. Little sis, how old are you? Give it a mic, sis, if you could. Hold it. Go ahead, hold it. Don't be shy. I got you. Come on. 10. You're 10? All right. So real quick. Do you have to pretend to be nice to people when they be mean to you? No. You don't? You don't do it? Most time I cry. That's my words. Well, I'll leave you alone, sis. I'm sorry. I can put you on the spot no more. But look, she got the right attitude. But it's a lot of adults, you understand, that have jobs and careers that have to deal with people from another nation that they cannot stand, man. You understand? They talk greasy to them. They threaten them with termination and all that. And we have to eat that and suffer it so we can provide for our families, man. You understand?
Right.
The Lord separated us. That's why we don't get along. That's why we don't. It's hard for us to integrate in this society, even though we tried for years. Martin Luther King, that guy, even though he forced it on us. You understand? With the March on Washington, get his check. You understand? You know, he forced it on us. It still doesn't work. Right. You understand? Now in this day and age, 2023, black man, Hispanic man, Native man, woman, and child, just about gotta just indulge in LGBTQ. You just have to be a sodomite to get ahead in this place. And especially if you want to be famous, be an entertainer. One of my favorite boxes, man. Look, it broke my heart, man. Brother had fingernail polish on. I ain't gonna put them out there, man. You gotta go online, man. Young man had I said, this brother be knocking jokers out. And you got yellow and purple fingernail polish? Good night, man. carrying man bags. What you call it? A man bag? It's a pocketbook. I don't care what you call it. Something that my mother used to swing at me when I got bad grades. Nigga, you carrying a pocketbook, man. You understand? We have to indulge in these things just to get ahead in society nowadays. But not in ISUBK. I'll be damned. No, we don't do that. We don't get down like that. We follow laws and commandments. That keeps us whole. You understand? We suffer together. We have compassion in here. We're not going to tolerate LGBTQ so we can get a new car, a raise, a pat on the back, or attaboy from the oppressor. Forget about it, man. We got integrity. One more time with that scripture, Salaki.
Book of Leviticus, chapter 20 and verse 26.
Uh-huh.
And ye shall be holy unto me, for I, the Lord, am holy, and have severed you from other people.
Hey, man, he severed us, man. He chopped us off from these other nations, man. Anything else on that?
That ye should be mine.
That we are his. We are his, man. The Lord is a good... You got a question? Oh, that's a lot. The Lord is a good father, man. You understand? We got brothers in here right now that's pops. Got a mother in here with her daughter. I know for sure, man, not near one of these parents in here would allow their child to just run rampant and do whatever they want in the house. They're going to tell you one time, maybe twice. Hey, look, man, stop running up and down the stairs. Stop running down the stairs. And after that, who knows? It's consequences, man. Repercussions. And that's how the Lord is. That's how the Most High power is with us, man. You understand? We do things out of order. He punishes us. That's why we are under a lesser people here in America, man. You understand? It's a painful thing. Good night. You got to thank our Christian leaders and celebrities and politicians. You understand? We have become desensitized to our calamity, our pain and suffering, and our poverty. All right? Sheesh. Just think about how desensitized we are to our pain and poverty. A brother or sister getting murdered or unalived, get unalived by a police officer on a traffic stop or a random stop and frisk. We were like, oh, well, they must have been doing something wrong. Must have been sagging their pants. You understand? This ain't nothing new. What was it? What was the Zoot Suits? What was that? Let me get that real quick.
Zoot Suit riots.
The Zoot Suit riots in the 1930s during World War II. You understand? Lasted for 3 or 4 years in Los Angeles, man. You understand? The so-called sailors and Marines coming back on leave or getting ready to get deployed. You understand? To go fight for their country, do a noble thing, was just feeling like you wearing a zoot suit and being stylish. You understand? And wearing a big hat. It was unpatriotic. You understand? Who are you to have flavor and style in America? You understand? We're gonna humiliate you and hurt you, man. Put you in the hospital. So you had service members, man, running up on these brothers and sisters, man, and treat them like trash, man. In the riot, that's where the Zoot Suit riots came from. Zoot Suits were those big, like Dick Tracy hats. I'm down that old Dick Tracy.
Yeah.
Dang. Anyway, Darkwing Duck wore a Zoot Suit, right? You got something to say?
If you look at that movie, Malcolm X.
Yeah, Zoot Suits, right.
That's what they had on in the beginning before he came into the Nation of Islam. That's the suits that they wore. And back in California, just like the brother said, Officer Belmont said, the Navy men and the Marines used to come in on leave. And they saw the Hispanic dude wearing the zoot suits. And it was like a shortage on linen and stuff back then because they was making uniforms for the what's names. So when they saw the Hispanics in those zoot suits, they got outraged. But you know how the oppressor is, and they began to beat them,
right,
and strip them in the middle of the street, strip them butt naked, hanging them, shooting them, and all of that, So it's the same oppression, that oppression is on the so-called natives, the Hispanics, and the so-called African Americans. We all experience that. Why do we experience it? Because we are of the tribe of Israel. We are 12 tribes. You understand? And we are experiencing these curses that are in this Bible. A lot of us don't believe, what's going on, don't know why what's happening is happening, because we're not following the law, statutes, and commandments. That's a part of the curse, those zoot suit riots.
That's right. You understand? And you got, like I said, you got to thank our Christian leaders, celebrities, politicians. You understand? Because we have become desensitized to our calamity, pain, suffering, and poverty. You know what I mean? We are taught by these same people to forget about our mistreatment. You know what I mean? The war crimes committed every day for the past 500 years.
Right.
You understand? And for some, with the mental condition that have a sense of comfort in this place, you know what I mean? A sense of comfort like money, cars, clothes, etc. You know what I'm saying? Look past the disenfranchise of our people. They look past it. You understand? But we're not allowed to look past it. I mean, you can look past it if you want, but we're going to continue to repeat the same cycle of being enslaved by another nation of people. We're going to continue to count on another nation of people. Hey, drop that. Let me get Deuteronomy 32 and 7. We're going to continue to beg the people that hate us to take care of us like babies and children. And we don't have to do that. You understand? When we under their care, we make them the greatest people on the planet. Think about it. America is one of the most powerful country on the planet. I don't care what they say about BRICS and Russia and China. None of that. America is the most powerful country on this planet, man. And the only way this place can get destroyed is by the hand of the Most High. You understand? If it wasn't for the Most High power having mercy on us, this place would probably run forever, man. And they would exterminate blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. You understand? We make every place we go to great. Think about your job. If you're a good employee, you'll be late. You probably making your boss happy. Like, man, that brother come to work. He is diligent and focused. Based off of his volume that he's producing, I'm gonna get me a new Lambo truck next summer. You understand? I'm going on a vacation to Tahiti with my mistress, girl or boy. You know how they get down. You understand? You got that up?
Come.
Go ahead. Oh, Slack, so you got it?
Come.
Deuteronomy
chapter 32, verse 7. Remember the days of old.
Remember the days of never.
Remember the days of old.
Oh, that's the past. Forget about it.
Remember the days of old.
The Lord said, remember the days of old. You got to remember the Zoot Suit riots. The riot. Oh, God damn it. What's it called? How you say it? Sahara. Sahara slave trade. Sub-Saharan slave trade. You understand? During the 600 AD. When the so-called Palestinians, the Arabs, round up blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans and put them in slavery, man. Before we came over here in the shores of America. You got to remember that. You understand? You got to remember in 1985. You understand? When the United States allowed the police force in Philadelphia to drop 2 bombs in Philadelphia and kill 12 people, man. 5 of them being children at the movement compound, man. Destroying 65 houses. You got to remember those days. Remember the days are old. Keep going, sir. Salaki.
Consider the years of many generations.
We got to consider the years of many generations. You got generation after generation that have been slaves here. Can you imagine the first bunch of slaves that came here? What they went through? I mean, treated like cattle. You understand? Forced into huts, forced to do all kinds of abominable things, just so that the slave master, the oppressor, the devil the Bible speaks of, can prosper, man, and profit off of us, man. You understand? Bred us like King Corsos. So you breed dogs. Bred us like King Corsos and pit bulls and Rockwallers. You a Rockwaller man, right, sir? You understand? They did us like that, man. Consider the days are old. Keep going, sir.
Ask thy father, and he will shew thee.
Ask thy father, man. He'll tell you all about it, man. Ask your old head, man. Ask your grandparents, your uncles. So, man, you ain't gotta go back that far. You a young man in your 20s, early 30s. Ask your cousins what they went through growing up in the 80s and the late 90s with police brutality. Ask them to tell you the story about Rodney King, how that was the first YouTube stream of police brutality in that time. Beat the brakes off of that man. And him being of the tribe of Judah, he asked for us to all get along. It was so terrible that the oppressor made that slogan a theme. Can't we all just get along? If you ever hear that and you under 40 years old, can we all just get along? Comes from Rodney King getting the brakes beat off of him by like 8 or 9 police officers with chains and billy clubs and steel toe boots. You understand? Almost unalived the brother. If he wasn't high on PCP, he probably been unalived, man. You understand? And if it wasn't for that Edomite that had a VHS recorder, Salaki, sir. He was drunk. All right, Salaki. That ain't what I heard. Salaki. You understand? But if he wasn't inebriated and was relaxed to take those blows, he would have been unalived, man. And we wouldn't have got that slogan, can we all just get along? You understand? The Edomite had a VHS tape recorder about this big outside his apartment window complex recording the whole thing, man. You understand? You got any more on that, sir?
Come. Thy elders, and they will tell thee.
You got to ask your elders, and they'll tell you, man. They'll tell you what we went through. You understand? And if they don't tell you, come to class, man. Go to isupk.org, man. We got classes all up and down that website, man. You can go on there and pick a class, whatever city or state you in. You understand? Log on, sign in, say hello, make a friend, and watch the classes, man. You understand? Very informative. Tell you everything you need to know. You understand? Good learning process. All right. The war in Gaza, man. The war in Gaza between the Arabs and the small hats is an absolutely terrible thing, man. Absolutely terrible thing. All the destruction, unaliving. I mean, it's a horrible thing. It's a horrible thing, man. People losing their lives, their livelihood. You understand? People minding their business, getting a cappuccino or going to school, going to work, and all of a sudden a airstrike comes and, you know, just takes you out, man. It's a terrible thing, man. It's absolutely horrible. But that's, I mean, that's as far as our compassion should go. You know, recognize the inhumanity that's going on over there, and that's it. Not you up in arms and worried and confused and sad. No. You had plenty of time to be sad. You got time to be sad when Trayvon Martin lost his life, man. You understand? Young man went to go get iced tea and some Skittles talking to his girlfriend on the phone. You understand? Had to fight off a grown man oppressor and lost his life, man. Or about Eric Garner, man. You understand? Freddie Gray here in Baltimore. You understand? All the brothers, Sandra Bland, the sister Sandra Bland, they played with that sister, man. Who knows those demonic beasts did to that sister, man? You understand? Propped her up like she was alive to take mug shots, man. Horrible, man. That's a Gaza right there. Look, that's Gaza for you right here, black man, Hispanic man, Native man. You've been living on the Gaza Strip since you've been alive, since you came out your mother's belly. You've been living in the Gaza Strip, man. You understand? You've been oppressed and then forced to love and show compassion and give your allegiance to a people that hate you, man. You understand? The ISUBK is here to tell you don't have to do that, man. The law, statutes, and commandments frees you of being subservient to these oppressors, man, and these other nations. Because all of them are oppressors. The Asian man, the Arab man, the African man, all the Edomites. All of them. They hate your guts, man. You understand? And the only thing that keeps them at full stride is knowing that they have you under their thumb. You understand? We live in America right now.
Right.
We had big protests over this weekend, man. We didn't have camp. Most High Christ. The Lord looked out for us. You understand? We didn't have camp this weekend. People was getting stabbed in D.C. You understand? Chicago, New York City. You understand? With these riots, with these Israelis and these Palestinians that live here. But guess what? The police wasn't unaliving them. You understand? They wasn't unaliving them. They wasn't shooting what they call them, rubber bullets, smoke grenades in their crowds of people. They wasn't doing that. Black man, Hispanic man, Native man, you ride if you want to, man. They're going to use live rounds, National Guard. That's what they did in Baltimore when the Freddie Gray incident happened. You understand? Had the National Guard to rally up a bunch of teenagers. Because there wasn't no grown blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans outside riding, man. It was teenagers, man. hitting CVS's, taking all the opioids out of there. You understand? Hitting all the the H&M storefronts, taking all the clothes and stuff. It wasn't no adults out there. We had to go to work. It was teenagers, angry, disgruntled teenagers, because they still had vigor and some sense of compassion for a brother that lost their life by the hands of some murderous beast police, man. You understand? Not saying it's right. We don't condone violence. We don't condone rioting, unaliving, any crimes or any sins against the Bible, according to the scriptures, man. We don't condone any of that. But we do understand why these things happen. You understand? But anyway, back to what I was saying. Like I said, it was a horrible thing what happens to these people, man. But remember, let's go back to like 40 years ago, like I said, about the 40 in Philadelphia. They had a helicopter, man, and dropped bombs on 2 houses, man. Bombs. Just had to get rid of this whole movement. They were so threatened by 2 townhouses full of blackity black people minding their business, wanting to raise their kids their way. They were so threatened by that. They dropped bombs on it and didn't just take out 2 houses. They took out 65 houses, sir. You understand? A whole block. And and let's not forget, like they gathered the remains of those bodies and had them in Penn State. The general brought that out.
Yeah.
Say it again, sir.
When Yale.
Was it Yale or Penn State? You sure?
Yeah, it was.
Was it Yale?
One of them Ivy League schools.
All right, it might have been Yale. Is Yale in Pennsylvania?
No.
You sure it wasn't Penn State?
I don't think it was Penn State.
All right, so it was one of these colleges, man, and they had the bodies from the move group up in a mausoleum, man. And the mausoleum was some professor's office, and they got all kinds of abominations in there, skulls and skeletons of people that's dead, man. You understand? And they had some of the brothers and sisters that lost their lives in the movement remains there, man. The family been suing and fighting to try and get the remains back, and they, for what we heard, they finally got them back. They finally released their family members that passed away remains back to them, man. You mean to tell me we got any kind of equality here in this place? We're supposed to be equal. You understand? Anybody that integrates into another nation is subservient to that nation, man. You understand? We were forced into this integration. It wasn't like a bargaining chip or any kind of agreement that made us, have an alliance with these people. We were forced to do it. All right? You got something, sir? Oh, so I thought you raised your hand. So yeah, we're gonna go back in history, man. Let's go back even further, man. I talked about the trans-Sahara slave trade. Let me get 1 Samuel 15:2. You understand? Because for some reason, these Amalek, small hats, Israelis, the so-called the Jewish community, you understand? They want blacks and Hispanics to side with them. Captain Saparia put out a message the other day, man, how this oppressor, small hat woman was talking about the biggest threat to the Jewish community here in America is so-called blacks in America, man. This new generation of black people. Like, look, you got too many beefs on your hand, small hat woman. You understand? Worry about what you got going on over there at that Gaza Strip. Whoever got it can read it about this show. Go ahead.
It was 1 Samuel
15:2.
15:2.
Uh-huh.
Book of 1 Samuel, chapter 15 and verse 2. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, I remember that which Amalek did to Israel.
Hey, you remember what?
Which Amalek did to Israel.
So for our new listeners and watchers, Amalek is the so-called biblical name, the true name of the so-called Jewish man, because they're not the real Jews. You understand? Where the other 11 tribes at, so-called small hat Jewish man? Where's everybody else at? You mean to tell me all y'all are the rest of the tribes? That's a lie, man. Amalek is the so-called Jewish man. Yeah, right? Keep going.
How he laid wait for him in the way when he came up from Egypt.
Right. So when we came out of Egypt, man, Amalek was chilling in the cut, trying to destroy us, man, attacking us from the rear of our convoy. You understand? We traveling across the wilderness. The wilderness is a place that you don't inhabit, places you just get from one place to another. You traveling. So we traveling through the wilderness. Amalek, so-called small hats, their ancestors, was attacking our people from behind, man. The weak of our convoy, the old and the young and the sick. You right? Because we travel just like think about like how a pack of wolves travel, strong and cunning, and the leaders of the pack they in the front, but the women and the cubs and the sickly they travel in the rear. And that's who the Amalekites attack, man. Just like today in America. You know what I'm saying? Young Jake running around minding his business, being a kid. Who do the police attack? Them. You know what I'm saying? Damn cop that weighed 200 pounds, 250 pounds, bench pressing like 500, squatting 600 pounds, dead lifting all kinds of weight, taking all kinds of roids. Gonna pick up a little sister, man, and slam on her damn face, man. That's what they do, man. And that's the same attitude, the same agenda that these Amalekites, small hat, like had in the ancient days. Keep going. Oh, take it from the top, Salaki.
1 Samuel 15 and 2.
Mm-hmm.
Thus says the Lord of hosts, I remember that which Amalek did to Israel, how he laid wait for him in the way when he came up from Egypt.
Right, they laid wait, man, plotting on us, just like they do today. You know what I'm saying? With the speed traps, all kinds of rules and legislation that keep us hemmed up financially. You understand? With child support, take your license, put you in jail, back taxes, want to take your house from you if you don't pay land tax, all that, man. Tickets, tow your car, boots, cut your electricity off, your water off. They got all kinds of traps and snares just laying in the wait, man. Put you out, evict you, embarrass you in front of your neighbors you've been knowing for 10, 15 years. Put all your business out on your front lawn, man. You understand? Those are the traps that they do, man. They've been doing it. The Lord remembers that, man. That's why Gaza is getting bombed. And that's why the Lord is gathering all these nations together for the last final frontier, World War III. Most High Christ. Get the Lord a hand. You understand? Put it together very, very artistically, very creatively. Because every time we think it's slowing down, it just speeds back up. Somebody else getting involved. You understand? Got something? Go ahead.
I just saw today that Amalek owns the porn industry in America.
Mm-hmm. Amalek does own the porn industry in America, man, because he's a filthy bastard, man. Salaki, keep going. You got anything else? Yeah, man.
It's part of the movie industry.
Yeah, right. Part of the movie industry.
Can't do nothing without that, right? So it goes all the way around. Remember, he's perverted anyway.
Right. I mean, you can't expect anything less from the small hat, man. You understand? Look what they do to their baby boys when they're born. Good night. You can't mention it to one of these so-called small hats. Like, y'all do what's it called? A moyum. Oh shit, y'all, did you get a moyum?
Moyer.
Did you get a moyer? Did you get one? Well, yeah, it's part of our custom. Good night. That's why you got that switch in your hips. Pause. You understand? But look, that's what the Lord is doing. The Lord is remembering the things that they did to us in the ancient days, man, and continue to do to us today.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's why you had the Palestinians digging tunnels for 30 years to get them tunnels in the right place, and had go-karts with kites on them, with two-wheel drive, and just took over a goddamn festival, man, and got hostages. That's the Lord remembering. You understand? They did dirt, man. The Lord requires dirt. We call it dirt, but the Lord calls something else. Drop that. Let me get Revelation 13 and 10, Baba Shaw. Let's see what the Lord requires. Shalom. Let's see what the Lord requires when somebody does dirt. Go ahead, so you got it.
Revelation chapter 13, verse 10. He that leadeth into captivity.
Wait a minute. Didn't we just talk about the Sahara slave trade? Did we just talk about that? Go ahead.
He that leadeth into captivity.
Hey, didn't the so-called Jewish man still have slaves after 1945, 1845? Yeah, after slavery was over with, they still had slaves in New York. The Jewish so-called small hat man. Keep going.
Shall go into captivity.
Hey, man, y'all went into captivity. Y'all got a little small dose of what captivity is like, man. when your granddaughters and grandsons at that festival got snatched off that property, man, and took in them tunnels. It's a little bit of captivity, man, getting fed breadcrumbs
Right.
and thimbles of water. You understand? Y'all all on CNN crying, oh, it's unfair. Look at this. This never happened in history. Wait a minute. You forgot about us? Well, we don't exist? Keep going, sir.
He that killeth with the sword.
Whoa, man. Hey, the so-called Arab man sliced and dice. You know he's known for that. They call him a wild man in the Bible, in the scriptures. You understand? Ishmael, oh, he will be a wild man. Every hand against him. He always fighting. I'm paraphrasing. You understand? That was his blessing. This would be a madman fighting all the time. You understand? Unaliving people. 2 millions of brothers and sisters, man, in that slave trade that they had before the transatlantic slave trade. They were doing all kinds of atrocities to our brothers and sisters. You understand? You know they was in the sodomy. You understand? Castration. Forget about the forcing themselves on our sisters, man. You understand? And what they did to our babies. Forget about it. Keep going.
He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword.
Hey, man, he that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Well, for YouTube purposes. They're unalive with the sword must be unalive with the sword. You understand? That's why the Gaza Strip is getting bombed and depleted.
Right.
You understand? It's the Lord's prophecy. It's the Lord's work. And the most beautiful thing about it, look, I like to work. I'm not lazy. But we don't have to do a damn thing, black man, Hispanic man, Native man. You know what you got to do? Not pick up a shrimp, crab, pork, and lobster and put it in your goddamn mouth, man. You understand? Stop sucking on blunts and Newports. You understand? Right. Stop sleeping with white women.
Right.
You understand? And white men, sisters. All these other heathen nations. You understand? Stop sleeping with men that ain't your husband. Black man, stop being a whore and whoring out our sisters, man. You sleep with that woman, that's your responsibility. That's your wife. Take it serious, goddammit. Salak. I digress. You understand? But we don't have to do anything, man, but follow the law, statutes, commandments, man. High holy days, what to eat, not to eat, how to treat one another. You understand? What's clean, what's not clean. You understand? Very simple. And you can learn it right here. And look, I'm going to say it anyway. You can learn it just by being here. You know why? Because we do it. And you just follow suit. That's it. Brothers and sisters, we urge you to change your life, man. Get in these classes. You understand? You know something ain't right. You know, you feel that things are changing in the planet, man. You got to feel it. You got to see it. Show some compassion to your brothers and your sisters. Shake off the old man, old woman.
Right.
Take a chance at changing your life, how you view things, how you view the world. Give your compassion and your love and your trust to one another, man. You understand? And not the people that hate you. You understand? Drop that. Let me get Joel chapter 3. Bible to show. The Lord is doing all this gathering together of these other nations, man. It's such a beautiful thing. Thanks to the prophets, priests, and prophets that came before us, man. ISUBK and Commanding General Yohana and all the generals that kept this truth and kept the integrity of it and kept us solid in it, man. Yeah, clap it up for them, man. You understand? All the brothers and sisters that labor in this work and this truth. You understand? Because we need each other, man. You understand? Because we set an example for our brothers and sisters that's in the world. They see us. They watch these broadcasts. You understand? They see us with our boots and fringes. You understand? And our women, our children in order. They see it. You understand? So let's just continue on with this fight. But anyway, the Lord is gathering these other nations, man. Look, they not thinking. They all proud and puffed up. They just fighting and swinging wild. You understand? United States helping out their allies, dropping bombs and sending support and troops and all kinds of nonsense, man. You understand? Getting it all rolled together. We're going to talk about it right now. Whenever you're ready, sir.
Joel chapter 3, verse 1. For behold, in those days And in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem.
Hey, look, man, we in captivity right now. We've been here for almost 500 years, man. Judah and Jerusalem. We talking about the 12 tribes. Keep going.
Verse 2. I will also gather all nations.
Rather, some nations.
All nations.
No, just Israel and Palestine.
All nations.
Go ahead.
And will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat.
Hey, man, get them ready to battle in the Middle East. You got something on that, sir? Oh, you was about to say something. Salaya. Keep going.
And will plead with them, therefore my people.
And the Lord's going to plead with these other nations for his people. We already spoke about who's the Lord's people. 12 tribes of Israel, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. You understand? He's going to plead with them. He's not going to plead with you like your parents plead with you when you got a bad report card. If you ain't get that tail whip, oh, look, little Michael, you got to be better in class, man. Your teacher keep calling me. I'm going to take your Xbox controller. Look, you can't go outside and play on the playground. Hey, look, give me your cell phone. Give me your tablet. Oh, you're not getting allowance this week. That's not how the Lord pleads, man. The Lord pleads with war. You understand? And fierce, blunt trauma. You got something, sir?
And when he speaks of pleading, it's like when you say, look, I'm giving you one more chance.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? Just like you said, it's not the pleading of please don't do that. He's saying, listen, this is your last chance not to be destroyed.
Right.
He's pleading, like it says, he will plead for them and therefore my people and for my heritage, Israel. He's asking the nations, listen, you got one more chance not to be destroyed. But as we all know, these nations are hard-headed nations.
Right.
And the Most High is going to destroy them anyway.
Right. You got to think like the other nations, right? If you had control over a person or anything that did whatever you told it to do, why would you give that up? I mean, Salaki, I would. If I had a group of people that listened to everything I said to do, if I was in the world and I was wicked as hell, I would run them. Look, man, I need you to come back, bring this money back. Look, Salaki, they pimping. That's what they doing with us. You understand? With their social media, their pop culture. You understand? With their entertainers. All they doing is using them as tools and mechanisms to keep us away from our power, man. You understand? The Lord said he's going to plead with them. Look, man, stop lying to our people. Why don't you tell them the truth who they are? You think the small hats is going to admit on a national scale that they've been lying about who they are? That they not who they say they are? They've been committing identity theft for hundreds of years.
Right.
You think they're going to do that? No. You think the Arabs are going to apologize for their hand in the slave trade? You think they're going to do that? You think any of even the peon oppressors, like the police officers that unalive our brothers and sisters for no reason, you think they're going to admit on a national scale that, look, I just wanted to kill a nigga. That's why I did it. It's a lie. You think they're going to do that? Lie. The Lord know they're not going to admit and accept his plea with them. He know he's not. That's why he's gathering them together in the valley of Jehoshaphat. You understand? Whenever you're ready, sir. I'm going to go all the way down to 3. Salaki.
I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat and will plead with them, therefore my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations.
Look, man, we scattered amongst all these nations, man. That's why you got brothers and sisters that speak different languages, because we don't have our own. That's why you got brothers and sisters that look a certain way, because they've been tainted with the other nations. That's why you got brothers and sisters that hate each other, because they've been indoctrinated with a culture of people that hate us. You ever meet a so-called black man or so-called black or Hispanic man that just can't stand another brother or sister that's close to him, especially in the workforce, in that white collar and blue collar field? You understand? They want to be the only nigga there. Salaki. They want to be the only one there.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? And do anything to get you out the way. Scared you're going to expose them. You understand? That's what's going on in this place. You got some more on that, sir?
Come.
whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land.
And parted the land. Hey, look, they bombing the hell out of the Gaza Strip right now, man. You understand? Probably some missiles going somewhere else too. You understand? So the Lord gotta purify that land before He let His people come back in there. And how does the Lord purify? With purify land. They got bloodshed. He purified with fire. He used to do it with water. He said he ain't gonna do it no more. Yeah, right? So we do it with fire. You got something, sir?
Not to mention, he said parted their land. Like that land that they fighting over. They parted that land over there in Israel. That land they fighting over in Palestine, Palestinians in Israel. That land has been parted.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the Most High is going to bring that land all back together, and it's going to be given to us. All of those heathens are going to be pushed off of that land.
Right. And I mean, they're getting pushed off of it now. The so-called one of the big wig military Israelis pretty much told everybody that's in Gaza that was civilians to move, start going south. And they start unaliving the people that went south, man. You understand? They got connexes. A connex is like a tanker container.
Right.
They come over those big old ships full of bodies, man. You understand?
Right.
They're not showing you all that. They're not telling you how they really getting down over there.
Right.
These people are brutal, man. Amalek is a beast, man. That's their blessing to be monsters, man. You understand? That's how they got their wealth. Is by the sword and trickery. You understand? And their cunningness. They are unaliving those Palestinians. And like I said, look, hey, as far as we are concerned, it's a horrible thing, man. That's as far as our compassion goes. Because our compassion needs to go to our brothers and our sisters. You understand? They're stuck sleeping at a damn bus stop. You understand? They're strung out on the drugs. And let's not forget about the drugs that they pump in our community, man. You understand? Baltimore City has one of the highest. It might not even be the highest, but it's a lot. And I know I see it. We see it every day, brothers and sisters, young brothers and sisters, especially at camp, sir. We know where we go to camp at, brother.
Right.
It's like, because you know where we go to camp at. Brothers be leaning, young brothers smoking crack. Like, look, I'm 40, sir. I ain't know youngins was smoking crack.
Mm-hmm.
Out their damn minds, man. It's terrible, man. Somebody gotta pay for that, man. Somebody got to pay for the disenfranchised of the lowest people. Keep going, sir.
Verse 3. And they have cast lots for my people.
They cast lots for his people, man. They gamble for us, man. You understand? Bargaining chips, trading. You got something to see?
Auction.
Yeah, auction blocks. Right there, right here in Fells Point. William Fells. When I first heard that story, so that blew my mind. I used to love going down Fells Point and drinking with them heathens, partying with them damn oppressors. I knew I was living it up. You understand? And I found out, like, damn, that's why they ain't get rid of the cobblestone, so they can remember how it was auctioning off blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans off of those trolley trucks. Got them chained up and bound down to the damn back of a box cart. Hitting all them damn bumps with no clothes on, auctioning them off. 35, 45, 45, sold. That's what they was doing with our ancestors, man.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? That's why we trip when we see our brothers and sisters at these Columbines for college and in the NFL, man. You know what I'm saying? Look at them like, damn, you really looking at the grade of a human being like an animal. That's how they think of us, man. That's why they don't have any compassion when things happen to us. You know why? They say it's our fault. They blame us for our poverty, our mistreatment here in this place. You understand? You got some more, sir?
Come. And have given a boy for an harlot.
And giving a boy for a harlot, man. That's just like Amalek. He's just a sodomite. Keep going.
And sold a girl for wine.
And sold a girl for wine, man. Just doing whatever they want with us, man. You understand? Some diabolical people, man. But brothers and sisters, look, we got to get back together and know how to treat each other. And we got to do that quick, fast, in a hurry. Because we don't know when the Lord is going to let everything just collapse. And where you want to be when that happens, man. You should want to be up under this banner. The Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, man. You understand? Out of 1 West, 125th Street, under commanding General Yohana, man. You understand? That's where you should want to be at. Nowhere else is going to help you, man. Your Christian leaders, your pastors not going to help you. You understand? Your imams, your Buddhist temple servants, none of them dusty heathens is going to help you, man. You understand? And if they do help you, man, it's for a price. We're not asking for nothing but your loyalty and love, man, and change your life. And with that, pass the class off to Priest and off some thumb.
All right. Clap it up, clap it up. Excellent class, excellent class. Right. We are the Israelite School. The security announcements. We're the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding General Yohana. New rules for brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to share themselves of the world after 6 months. If a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother or sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry, tithes, which is a commandment. You can find this in Numbers 18:21, Malachi 3:8-10, means 10th in the Hebrew, and it's pronounced Ma'ashera. A tenth of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the Treasury Department or teacher, priest fund, a free will offering, not mandatory, whatsoever amount you would like to give, up and coming holy convocation, which is the
December 7th,
Hanukkah,
2023.
December, you said December 27th?
December 7th.
December the 7th.
Thursday.
Thursday, December the 7th, 2023.
First Maccabees 4:52-61.
First Maccabees chapter 4, verses 52 through 61. That's one of our high holy days. So just be prepared. You understand? It says, remind Aki Makwathium to check on social media such as ISUPK.com, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and so on for ISUPK events and material. If a brother wants to be a trooper in the school, then he is to start wearing all black, which includes black boots, shirts, pants, headband, or scarf. And with that, we're going to give one courtesy salute to the teacher, men of Israel, Imajim. Imajim Shabbat, Imajim Barak, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shabbat Thumb.
Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shabbat Thumb.
Saw, turn, face the sister, you rise. We'll give one courtesy salute to the sisters, men of Israel, Imajim Shabbat, Imajim Barak, Yahweh Shema Al Thumb by Shem Yahweh Shah. Yahweh Shema Al Thumb by Shem Yahweh Shah. Yaji Matah, class dismissed.
He's jumping.